On this first question, the inside set of parentheses really don't matter. So we need to distribute the 3 to all 3 of these things. So we have 6x plus 21 plus 27 equals 28x plus 42. Then we can combine like terms. So this is 6x plus 48 equals 28x plus 42. I'm going to subtract 6x on both sides to get 48 equals 22x plus 42. Subtract 42 on both sides to get 6 equals 22x. We divide by 22, and 6 over 22 is not one of my answers, but if you simplify that in your calculator, you can divide both of those by 2 to get 3 over 11. So 3 over 11 is our answer for that one. A woman works 2 jobs. In the first job, she works 16 hours a week and earns $12 an hour. So $12 an hour times 16 hours, that will tell us how much she's going to earn at that first job. In the second job, she works for $7.50 an hour, and she can work as many hours as she wants. So we're gonna say X because we don't know how many hours she's going to work. Add those two together, and she wants to earn a total of $357 a week.
Wait.
So 12 times 16 is, I don't even know off the top of my head. I probably should have my calculator out and be more prepared, but I'm not, so that's cool. 192 plus 7.5x equals 357. We subtract the 192 from both sides. To get 165, and then divide by that 750, and we get X is 22 hours. So 22 hours. And just in case you're banking on looking at someone else's screen while you're testing, which you shouldn't, by the way, because that would be cheating, you know. The answer choices are randomized for every person who looks at this. So A might be the answer for me, but it might be D for someone else. It might be E for someone else. So just keep that in mind. Cheating is not a good idea. Okay, the next one. We've got 5 minus 4 times the quantity 4 plus 2x equals 21. We need to distribute the -4. I'm going to count that negative in with it. So we've got 5. -4 times 4 is -16. -4 times 2x is -8x. 5 minus 16 is -11. Add 11 to both sides to get -8x equals 32. Divide both sides by -8 to get x equals -4. And on this little math screen, you can type in -4 using your keyboard, so -4, or here you can type in -4. You can use the minus sign for negative, it's fine. Okay, I saw a lot of people struggling with this one, so I'm going to write this down. T over 3 plus T over 6 equals 1. We need to get rid of the fractions. So think about 3 and 6. Do 3 and 6 have the number 6 in common? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's multiply everything by 6. 6 divided by 3, or 6 times T and then divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 6 is 1.
Wait.
6. Then you combine like terms. So this is 3t equals 6. Divide both sides by 3. How much time? 2. So you click that little box and type in 2 hours. A company deposits 2.75% of an employee's salary into a retirement account. If an employee has an annual salary of $52,100, how much will be put into the retirement account each year? So we want to know 2.75% of the salary, 52,100, is what number? Or what number is 2.75% of the salary? So 2.75% as a decimal is 0.0275. Remember, you have to move that decimal point 2 places to the left. Or remember that percent means out of 100. In your calculator, if you do 2.75 divided by 100, it will give you the decimal that you need to use. Of means multiply, 52,100, and that will tell us what our number needs to be. So 0.0275 times 52,100. My calculator tells me 1432.75, which is one of our options. This one was confusing, I think, because of what the percent is. I assure you on the test, it is not going to be that kind of a crazy percent. So 2,205 is 147% of what? So 2205 means equals. If you don't know how to convert 147% into a decimal, do 147 divided by 100. Percent means out of 100. This as a decimal is 1.47, or move the decimal 2 places to the left to get 1.47. Of means multiply, and we don't know what the number is. Now we can see that we need to do 2,205 divided by 1.47, and that gives us 1,500. All right. Next up is find a ratio that compares the relative sizes of the quantities 44 inches to 5 feet. Do you remember the trick on these problems? Take the bigger one and convert it into the smaller measurement. So 5 feet is the bigger one. We need to change 5 feet into inches. How many feet or how many inches are in a foot?
12.
So we do 5 times 12, and that gives us 60 inches. So we have 44 inches to 60 inches. Tell your calculator to simplify that fraction for you. That becomes 11/15. Now notice there's going to be a massive distractor here, because see how E says 44/5? That is not the correct answer. And this little X is answer eliminator. You know that on this one you have to change something. So the one that says 44/5, just X that one out, because that is not the right answer. You have to convert one of those into the smaller measurement. So that might help you to just X that out and say, no, I know that one's not the right answer. Let's look for the actual correct answer. Oops. All right. Determine which product has the lower unit price. You always put price on top. So $8.54 divided by 7. When I do that in my calculator, I get, why can't I find this one on the review?
Can we cross multiply it?
No.
Oh, sure.
So 854 854 divided by 7 is $1.22, $1.22. I think I might have had to round that. $3.62 divided by 3 is $1.21. I think it's like 1.208 something or something like that. But the $1.21, I know it's only 1 cent, but that is the cheaper one. So the 3-pound bag of gummy bears is actually cheaper in this instance. There must have been a sale on the smaller bag of gummy bears. Honestly, for 1 cent difference, I would probably still buy the 7-pound bag of gummy bears, because who doesn't want a 7-pound bag of gummy bears, right? Or is that's just me? Okay. I like gummy bears. This is the first one that you can cross multiply. But you need to remember to put those numerators in parentheses so that when you cross multiply, you get all of that numerator cross multiplied. So when we cross multiply, we've got 6 times the quantity 6 minus 5x equals 7 times the quantity 9x plus 2. You have to multiply that 6 to everything that was in that numerator. So we have 36 minus 30x. 7 times 9 is 63. So we have 63x plus 14. I'm going to add 30x on both sides. That gives me 93x plus 14 on the right and 36 on the left. Then I subtract 14 and get 22 equals 93x. And how many of you right now are thinking, this is going to be some crappy decimal? 22 divided by 93 is the fraction 22 over 93. I believe on the test it actually says, and maybe even on the ed site, oh, it does. If the answer is a fraction, make it a decimal rounded to 2 places. So this should be, if we look at how we round it, 0.2365559, and it keeps on going. 2 places, the 6 would bump it up to 0.24. So we need to enter over here. I don't need you, keyboard. 0.24. And it should accept 0.24. It should accept 0.240 as long as you have the point and then the 24 after it. On a map, 3.5 inches represents 40 miles. Estimate the distance to the nearest mile between 2 cities that are 5 inches apart on a map. So the top of my fractions is both going to be inches. The bottom is going to be miles. 3.5 is 40 miles. 5 inches is how many miles? Because we have fraction equals fraction, we can cross multiply. So 3.5x equals 40 times 5 is 200. And then divide by 3.5. And I get 57.14287, yada, yada, yada. So if we look at our options, 57 miles is the option that is closest to that. So that's going to be our answer.